Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you're joining us from. Today we want to talk about social media. I chose this topic because, hey, I can't be teaching you guys how to make money online, how to learn these skills so that it can be beneficial to you, of course. You may want to choose to learn any of my courses or watch any of my free content for your personal use. Not everybody wants to, make money out of it. However, I know that some of us have one business or the other, or probably we're social managers. And to be honest, in the last my last couple of experiences with social media managers, I just feel like they just don't get it and that they don't even understand exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So this video is to teach you the different aspects there is to social media. People just think social media marketing is just, make a post and just go. They just come, oh, I created this content. Some of them don't even create content. They wait for their managers or their companies to share content with them and then they post them, right? But we're not thinking about the creative space right now. I'm just going to be talking about social media in general and how to achieve growth. So if you have been stalling on your social media, trust me, it's because there's something you're not doing. Like I always say, there is always a how to how things are being achieved and how things are being done. So we're going to talk about how many sites. I'm reading from my other phone. I had to send it to my assistant so that, I could just use it as a guide. We're going to be talking about six sites, six, one, two, three, four, five, six sites to social media marketing or management. The very first side I want to talk about is the bio side of social media. What is the bio side of social media? It's your bio, right? So that place where if somebody clicks on or wants to connect with you, finds you on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, wherever it is the person finds you, there is an intro, something about you. Your bio contains your name or what you want to be identified as. It also contains your handle, the at whatever it is you want to go there, or at the beauty palace, at the best clothing, at Pama Beauty Hair, whatever it is your handle is. It also contains what exactly people are going to be finding when they come to your page. So when I land on your page, your bio should be as sellable as any other content that you are posting on your page, meaning that if somebody stumbles on your page, they should be able to tell within 1 minute what exactly you do and how to get in contact with you. So a lot of us, I find that a lot of people just have, oh, I am a hairdresser. What kind of hairdressing do you do exactly? Do you do hairdressing for kids? Do you do hairdressing for adults? Does your hairdressing include wig making? Does it include? You need to be as specific. So when people say find your niche. We always say it's cliche, but honestly, in these everyday terms and simple things that we hear every day, there's something in it that you have to take and run. And we're sometimes looking for the magic, that one magical person will come and do something to our bio. There's nothing. It's just you sitting down to ask yourself exactly what do I want people to see when they come to this my bio. Now, what's the first thing I want them to see? I want to especially talk about that name, please. It will not pay you to have your handle. I'm going to use my business as an example as Pama Beauty here, and then you still have at the nameplate Pama Beauty here. You're supposed to put a name that identifies with what people will be searching for concerning your industry. I'm going to use a business that just came to my head, Rice Vest, right? So the handle is Rice Vest, or I think Rice something something, but their name doesn't say Rice Vest. Their name, that place that comes directly under your logo or your picture or whatever image you choose to identify yourself with, the name that comes there is number one, I think dollar investment platform. So they are a dollar investment platform. Once you see it, you already know, okay, these people, I can invest my money here. I can invest in dollars with these guys here. Then those list of things they do. I think they give Instagram gives you about 50 characters or 100. I can't remember exactly. I know YouTube gives you all the way. That's your bio to introduce yourself, right? It's there you tell them exactly what you do. Or I help women with easy and affordable wigs for work, or I help students do this, do this. You have to be really specific. You cannot just generalize everything. That's like your CV of your business, right? So now we move on to the second part. No, sorry, I forgot one thing. Another thing we don't maximize or use well is the highlight covers. The highlight covers is very important. If you are a business, there's certain information that people would always ask you about. You want to put that information in your highlight covers. Your highlight covers is the one that comes directly after you've written the information about your business, like what you do, how people can reach you. You put a link to your website or a link to your chat or whatever it is. You must have a call to action. How do you want people to reach you? You want them to send you a message on WhatsApp. You want them to go through your website. After that, you have your address, right? It could be just as basic as Lagos, Nigeria, or whatever it is you choose to put there as your address. That thing that comes under it that is in circles is what you call your highlight covers. There, for someone like me, I'm into the hair business. I will put things like maybe the types of hair that I sell. If I'm very specific, I put wavy, coily, straight. So in each of these highlight covers, if you come to straight, you're expecting to see different types of straight hairs. The maybe short length, longer length. You're expecting to see my testimonials. You want to see what people who have patronized me in the past has to say about my business, or about the quality of my service, or about the product that they got from me. Another thing you're expecting to see is my return policy. If I have a return policy or my refund policy, you want to see something like that. Please do not put "do not refund" on your bio. Like that's just a red flag for me. I would never buy from you if I say "do not take refund." It means that are you always going to be right 100% of the time? I beg to disagree. So you want to use that place well. If there's an information that people or customers will always come to you for, and you don't want to keep repeating yourself, just put it in your highlight covers, right? If you run a restaurant business, put your menu there. If your menu changes every day, you put it there. So when people come, there are still people who are going to ask you, what's the menu for today? They're not going to look at your bio, right? But you can just copy that and send to them. And that makes you look serious, more professional, and really tell people that you know what it is you're doing. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is the content side of social media. You see this one here? I'm just going to be brief about it, but there's going to be another video on actually this. Content is now where you try to persuade people. You know, there's a mistake we make with social media marketing or social media, fronting our business on social media. We just think social media, we think that it's the number of times I make a post, or that as long as I'm constantly making a post every day, I get to sell. The truth is, you have to be social with social media, right? It's called social media. People come there to relax. People come there to catch up with friends. People come there to see what's trending, what's new. People come there to learn. So if your business is not showing anything enticing, you cannot, in this time and age, still be doing the whole regular, you just come and post a cloth on a mannequin and that's it. Seriously, you're not ready to go anywhere. You really have to be engaging with your content if you want other people to resonate with it. The best way I like to think about content is this. When I sit down, I ask myself, who am I creating this content for? So for my business, I'm trying to focus on working class ladies, and I'm also trying to focus on young women who are starting out their businesses. And then the last decade of people I'm trying to focus on is students. They're not really my priority, but this is how I look at my audiences and look at my customers. So if I want to create a post, I ask myself, is this for a working class lady? Then they want to be seeing things like how to keep that their wig that they've styled to take them to Friday, right? They want to be seeing how-to videos, how to properly package their wig and keep it so that it does not look smelly. Okay, can they wash this wig themselves? How do they go about it? If they cannot wash it themselves, are you providing a means for them to reach out to you if they need these services? What should they look out for? How should they style that one bob wig they have? Can they color it? Some of them don't even understand the types of hair. So you want to sit down and truly ask yourself these questions before creating content. We'll come back to this, okay? Then the other aspects, we've talked about it, highlight covers. We've talked about that. Then the next part is the engagement side of social media. Like I said earlier, social media is beyond just posting, right? You actually have to engage with other people. It's people who are going to buy from you. It's actually people who are going to buy from you. If I just come every day and I post on my page and I go, that's just all it's going to be. I post and I go. But if I truly want to make sales and cash out from social media platforms, then I have to be engaging. I have to air my opinion, because how would people see you or know what you do if you don't come out? If you sit in your house, nobody's going to know you exist. When you come out, people are going to know, oh, there's a certain Rebecca, there's a certain Ichoma, there's a certain Biola, they know that, okay, this person exists, this person's opinion. And when you hear people being ambassadors for things, or you hear people being what's it called, I've forgotten the name, like, fronting some businesses, is because they have shown themselves as an authority in that aspect, and they have grown into that space. And yes, people can say, yes, when it comes to wealth creation, she teaches us a lot about this. When it comes to this, yes, this is her, she's strong opinionated about these things, and then we'll give it to her. That's how people get to win awards. You don't do social media, just post and you go. I'm a victim of, as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself, right? Engage with accounts that are housing your audience. What do I mean? So there are two pages I'm going to mention on Instagram that I like to keep up with: Financial Jennifer and Your 9 to 5 Chick. There are other ones like When Women Win, the Six Figure Mom. These are pages that are housing people that I know would patronize my service, because these are the kind of people I am looking for, right? So Financial Jennifer is all about investment, right? Or how to make money. Great. So I go there, you should post something, I comment on it, I comment on other people's comments. Just be an engager. Don't just be a follower, just be looking on this side. We'll get anything. You won't get anything from it, right? So you have to be engaging with social media. Just think about it like WhatsApp. You just come every day, you view somebody's status and you go. You view somebody's status and you go. But if you're engaging with the person, if tomorrow somebody needs something, because you always comment on the person's post and you always give like incredible insights, the person can always recommend your service to someone. And the thing with engaging with other people's posts is that they tend to check you out. They tend to come and check, oh, what are you into? Oh, you sell this. And they may actually start up a conversation, ask you a couple of questions. Just know that it takes between 1 year to 18 months for somebody who just know you to actually buy something from you. So it doesn't happen magically. I said the person honestly wants this, they've done all their research, and then you're the person who has that thing, which does not happen all of the time. All of us are searching for that 20% of people or population of people that are ready to buy. But seriously, there's another 80% that we can harness from. So let's do better with that, okay? Then the other part I want to talk about is the traffic side of social media. That is where you have those of you that say you don't run ads. It's all right though, but if you're looking for traffic, we're going to do things that bring traffic. Things like running ads, things like influencer marketing, things like UCG creation. UCG just means user-generated content. You find upcoming micro creators and you give them your product, or you ask them to pitch your service, whatever it is you do, to their audience, right? So imagine that big brands do this a lot. You could see them signing up 10 to 20 different people. So On all of your popular pages, if you go to Ashobi Bella, they are there. Somebody is talking about that brand. If you go to this other business, they are there. Somebody is talking about that brand. You go to another business, they are there. Somebody is talking about. So it's going to make you, by the time you say it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places, you actually want to go and sit down and check what exactly is this business about. That's how some of these businesses grow. You cannot sit down and not say you're not doing anything. If you cannot do anything, if you don't have funds to do any of this, you can think about collaboration. You have friends of friends, right? That's why it's great to be engaging on social media. So you can find people to collaborate with. They might not request for money, but collaboration absolutely means exchange for something, right? So if you're asking them to please expose your business to their audience, you have to be giving them something in return that would also measure up to what you are asking them for. If you cannot do any of these things, then you are just like every other person that comes to post and go. But that's how to get traffic, and that's how people get new people, new clientele. You cannot just depend on the 50 people who have bought from you last year. They may not come as swiftly to buy from you again. And honestly, business needs to grow, and keeping up with people is something that's going to help you with that. And the last part of it is the growth side of social media. This is when you now start thinking intricately. How do I get better at this, right? So this is where you begin to see people hiring digital marketers. They have work. There's a lot that they do. This is where you begin to think about growing your email list, building a sales funnel, building a sales channel. This is where you begin to think about making money in your sleep. You know, first time I heard that thing, making money in my sleep, I was really struggling to understand what that means, but I just understood one day that with a power sales funnel, sis, you're going to be making money in your sleep. So that's about that today. The video is not meant to be so long. If you have more questions, if you want me to talk about something concerning the social media part of social media, then I'll be happy to share the insight with you. There are some topics that I'm going to broaden or elaborate more on in the future. But for now, I hope that this helps you run. If you are thinking about going into this business of social media management, there's something for you that you need to learn. You need to understand that it is beyond posting. So when you're charging your client, see your client as your baby that you are trying to grow. That's another thing with social media. Social media, it requires patience. It does not happen in 1 month. People who you see making it on social media, they've paid their dues. They show up all the time. You have to learn how to use all of the features that social media has provided, be it whatever platform you're on. I'm very familiar with Instagram. So if you're saying stories, you have to use that story feature well. It means that it is not just every time about business. If there's something you want to share about your life, remember, nobody is forcing you to share anything you don't want to share. You can still be private and still show people your life, all right? Meaning that, for example, if I'm cooking soup, I can say, this is how I made my soup today. That story session has to be really telling stories to people that they can relate with. People like things that they can relate with. That's how they always find you interesting, and they keep coming back for more and more of your content. The Reels page, you have to utilize all of them. If you don't know how to use it, trust me, somebody somewhere has posted how to use all of the features of Instagram, of Facebook, of YouTube, of TikTok. Go and learn how to do that. You are not going to get the best by just sitting down and doing what you know every day. I was listening to something yesterday. I think it was the Bible in a year. And he said you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because honestly, success truly exists outside of our comfort zone. You don't wait to have it all. Nobody ever starts out a perfectionist or gets the 100%. We're all a work in progress, and we're gonna keep improving. So until next time, thank you so much. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel, share with your friends. It helps us grow, and it also helps us reach other women like you and other people like you who are needing content like this. And so until next time, see you. Bye.